Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, Moji J, for the introduction. You guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit. I am very nervous, and hopefully after a few minutes, we will calm down. But you guys, this is Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and I am very, very excited to be here today. I would like to start off by thanking Emoji J for being an awesome assistant. And if you guys would like to be on the show, you can reach out to him at Emoji J on Instagram. We have two amazing guests today. We have Jen, who will be going first, and she's going to talk about her lesson with friendship and how true friends will always be there no matter what. And then we will have Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, and he will be coming on and talking about his lesson on working with doctors, getting your children and yourself properly diagnosed, and just working with the whole system, the medical system and all that fun stuff, disabilities and whatnot. I'm very excited. I am very excited. I am very nervous. I did have to make my notes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and I am going to do my Q&Q segment of the show. So every show I end with a question, and I begin the next show with the same quote and question. So last week's was fairly simple. And I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and give me some answers in the comments, okay? You must know where to find yourself. Where do you feel most like yourself? For me, it's right here. Oddly enough, I really truly enjoy my time on the screen, talking to you guys, making new friends. Southern Girl says that near water. Batty Boop says the same. Love Me says when she's with her besties. Dark Angel, hi. Hi, Elf. Hi, everybody. Hi. So, Jen, I'll have you come in just a couple of minutes. I will give you a warning. I won't just let you in real fast without the warning. So, Craig says at home, on his bike, or at the beach. I love going to the beach, you guys. It's like my happy space, for real, too. But here's where I've truly found myself. McDreamy says helping others or fixing stuff. Oh my goodness. Mystify says in the mountains. Cool Dude says on a softball field. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, everybody coming in. I would like to give you guys the friendly warning. When I have the guests in the box, I will be turning comments off so that I can focus on my guest that is talking. So I want to thank you for gifts and favorites and interacting with everybody. But again, I will have comments off during my guests. I'll turn them back on towards the end so we can ask them questions or whatnot if you happen to have any. So we were just going over my Q&Q of the day, which is you must know where to find yourself. Where do you feel most like yourself? We've had lots of people say near water, at the beach, on a bike, in the mountains, on a motorcycle, says Trash Panda. Oh my goodness. I'm sure I missed some comments. They're going a little bit faster than I expected to. And then I do want to let you guys know too. Country Drea says camping. Yes, I do. Camping and bonfires. It's amazing. Mick says fishing. I love fishing. Emoji J says I just like tacos. Jay, your happy place is anywhere with tacos. Heard. You are a very simple man, and maybe that's why I love you so much. Maybe. Jen, you heard that, right? Just tacos. Anywhere, anytime, and you're good, girl. Remember, you guys, no cussing, no foul play. This is a featured show, and I ask that you help keep our standards high, okay? Again, these are our life lessons, meaning this is our opinion. These are our ways through our problems. So we are by no means professionals over here. We're simply trying to share something that we've been through and how we've successfully overcame it and got through it, or however the situation may be. But just so that you guys do know, We're not professionals here, okay? I just said, just to be clear, these are not professional answers, okay? So one of my favorite things about this show is that I like to do a middle segment on self-care, self-love, because I don't personally think, again, my opinion, I don't believe that enough of us focus on self-love and self-care, especially if you're a parent. So I will give a couple tidbits every week and ask a couple questions in the middle of my guests, okay? But I'm going to say that on days like today where you can see the sun shining, one of the best things for self-care is to get outside, breathe the fresh air, experience nature, leave the phone in the car, leave your radio behind and just go and listen and sit. You know what I mean? Just relax, live in that moment, listen to the water if you can be near it, you know, the wind breeze, the trees rustling, whatever. Just, I love being outside. And then I'm going to say one of my newfound self-care tips and my absolute favorite tip that I highly, highly recommend to everybody is getting your body moving, dancing, running, swimming, jogging, volleyball, basketball, soccer, I don't care, yoga. Get your body moving. It feels amazing. Now, Jen, if and when you are ready, you let me know. I can go ahead and I'm going to give one more tidbit, and then if you're ready, I will let you right in that box. All right. Yeah, get your groove on. Yeah, that's the next one it recommends. Get your groove on. Dancing. Turn your radio on. Shut your curtains. Shut your door. Whatever you need to do. Okay. Crank the music as loud as you can and just dance. Saturday nights here, that's what I do. For 1 hour every Saturday night, we have a live DJ and we just dance. And it's been so much fun for me to just let it go. So I highly recommend that. Highly, highly recommend that one. And Jen, you said you're ready. I'm going to hit that acceptance box. You guys, everybody, please make sure you're hitting Jen with the favorite, okay? She's going to tell us pretty much if you're a good friend or not, in her opinion. What makes you a good friend? How do friends stay true? All right, Jen, let's go, girl. You're coming on. I've hit that box. Be ready. Hi, how are you? Oh, I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. I was like, it's like 7 a.m. Like, I'm just going to get up and...
You're good. So thank you so much for being on my show, my first featured show, my very first guest, Jen. Like I'm excited for you, I think. So tell us, what are you going to be sharing with us today? I'll just kind of let you go and we'll just go with the flow.
Yeah, so I've never thought I had much of like a strong connection with friendship on the app. I kind of just thought like, I don't know, like you meet people on the app, but you don't get super close to them at this point. But I mean, starting with like friends from school, like I've been super connected with them as far as having strong connections with each other. But then I came to the app thinking, well, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just kind of here for like socializing and making friends just because my friends now out of high school or college are like having kids or getting married. So I thought, well, let me try this and see what happens. And ever since I've gotten the app, I made like a lot more friends on here and had that connection with them. I don't know if anybody knows, but Boss Badge JoJo is my really close friend on here. So I can go to her for anything, talk about anything, get really like close to her about family-wise, friendship-wise, anything. So I think it's just like a really good thing of sharing importance about the strong friendship, making friends on the app, connecting, meeting up. Maybe you'll have like a spark coming along once in a while.
So it's funny because I found myself in a situation where I really love interacting with people, but I also don't like being around a lot of people. So I kind of was like, how can I find a way around this? And I accidentally found my way into this live stream world. And it's probably been my favorite mistake I've ever made. But I, like you, kind of was like, okay, maybe I'll find just some people to talk to, maybe pass time. Um, and yeah, the bonds that I've been able to form with people that I've never met have been amazing. You know, the people.
Ever since COVID started, we were kind of like, what's going on? Well, I kind of like my family had to get vaccinated like right away once that thing came over because of like my family's health and my like the ages of my grandparents. So we wanted for them to be healthy. So it was like, well, I can't go hang out with my friends, so might as well like try the app even like harder. And I was still in school. I was doing school online. It got switched in April of 2020. So I was like, well, I can't go hang out with my friends, so maybe I can find like a stronger connection on the app. And I think ever since COVID hit, I was like, oh, something I guess friendships helped along the way.
So have you met people in real life from off the app, or are you pretty much just the online, doing like the online friendships with it?
I haven't gotten to meet anybody, but I'm just saying if anybody is like in California, out of like my closest friends, like, oh yeah, let's go hang out, let's go do this. And I was like, I'll take time out of my day, because I'm a full-time student, so college student. So I'm like, oh yeah, let me go take a break, let's go hang out, and I'll do anything just to have that connection.
Right, yeah. And the connection with people is, it's super important. I think for me, the biggest thing that I've tried to remind myself is that it's just as important to try to have the real life connections as it has been for me to form the connections on here. It's definitely been easier for me to be myself on here. I can 100% unapologetically be myself, and the crazies that like me, they come back, and we have fun and we laugh a lot, and they accept me for who I am as I am on here. And I've had ups, I've had downs, and there's been so many people that have been through it, all of them, and they've never once judged me for it. And to me, that's crazy. And I've not met some of them. I have met a couple people, and they're like amazing friends today. um do you think that you've, like, by making the friends online, because I know I have, kind of like a little bit like builds your confidence, build up your own self-esteem a little bit by having these people that you didn't have before back you and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, now that like a couple of my closest friends off the app are like having kids, like I don't have that strong connection just because they have kids and they have like a life. But on here, I definitely feel like a connection that's if they were to come here, I'd be like, yeah, want to continue having that friendship and connecting, getting to know what their brains are like.
Definitely. um so how long, when did you say that you joined the app? How long have you been on?
I would say probably like 5 years.
About 5 years. And what do you think is what's the biggest lesson being on this app has taught you?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. Like no matter what things happen, like you'll always have strong connections with people, or you make a better connection. Um, and I just like every single person you meet, you're gonna have either like a strong connection. You're gonna have disagreements, you're gonna have arguments, but then at the end you figure out, oh well, I made this mistake, you made this mistake, how can we connect with each other?
Make it better, right? Yeah, I think that's the key to the friendship is understanding that we're human, we do make mistakes, right? And that being able to forgive uh, more. He does his show, and his is forgiveness culture, and oh my God, he had me in tears on Wednesday night, his pre-show, before he even had a guest. Like, forgiveness is so important. And when you have a good friend, you forgive them when they make a mistake. You, of course, you get upset or whatever, but so many people don't work through that anymore. And it's hard to see so many friendships fall apart because we can't be together, I think, too.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned about my friendships like off the app with my like friends from school versus friends on the app. There's forgive and then there's forget. Like you forgive and then you forget about what happened in the past. So I really took that for granted, not on the app. Like you go through things and then you forget like what happened in the past.
Yeah, you do. You gotta let the guard down and trust again, I guess, you know. Good people are hard to find. Your kind of good people. There's good people all over the place, but your kind of good people are definitely hard to find nowadays. Um, do
And
you?
that's one of the things, like I started streaming in February of last year. And I think since I started streaming, like I've had a lot more connections with like friendships on the app. So I was kind of taught to go streaming after like 5 years on the app. Was like, oh, well, maybe I should give this a chance. So I wanted that connection. Now that my friends from high school or college are like having kids, I'm like, oh, they have kids. They can't go out late at night. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I can start like a strong like friendship on here.
That's I definitely get on here a lot instead of going out. It's just, going out's not as fun as it used to be. So what do you think? Like, what do you think the toughest situation is with the virtual friendships? What do you think that like the toughest thing is that we have to face having virtual friends, like with the connection?
I think it's just not having like a strong connection or what their minds are thinking when it comes to meeting up. Because I do believe that maybe they're friends with someone that you don't like, and they don't have I guess just their connections with each other.
Right. So I'm going to ask every guest this just because it's kind of an important thing for me. Like when did you realize that when did the lesson hit you? When did you realize that the streaming and connections can be real? Like at what point did you realize, oh my God, okay, so I actually can have good friends, even though maybe it's the virtual and there's still connections. Like when do you think you realize that? Like who was that a moment that stood out, or maybe not so much?
I think it's just whether because I think due to my family's health, like my grandparents' health, I was like, oh, I don't know who to open up to about it, but um Boss Badge Jojo is one of my really close friends that I feel like I can open up to her. I think ever since she prays a lot, so I was like, well, maybe I can talk to her about what's going on. She is really, I would say, supportive of like not just my family's health and my health, but like my education. Just because I've gone through a lot these last 2 years with COVID, and then just focusing on school. And now that I'm gonna be graduating in a month, so I'm like, I could do this. I can finish things off. And I was like, oh, well, she's a good friend to open up to. And I started opening up to her, I guess, when she got on the app. Like we had like a physical connection, and we like talked. We've been talking like every day since she got on the app, so it made like a strong connection with us.
Right. That's good. It's nice. I've got my people on here that have been here with me for the last 13 months, and I don't know how I'd have gotten through some of those days without them. Do you think that like do you believe in your heart that like the connections that you feel online are real? I guess I'll ask that. Like that was, I think, one of my biggest tricks when I started doing all of this was, are these going to be real feelings? Is this, talking to people and whatnot? Do you feel like that the virtual online feelings are real?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because then you can actually see it on there. What type of person they are, and how they can change your life, basically. not just on the app, but like on the outside, if they do come to conclusion that they want to meet and hang out and be best friends at the end.
Right. Yeah. 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 I mean, meeting people, making friends it's nice. Especially when you don't get out a whole lot and you're not out and about all the time. If you have kids, single parents, like we just don't get out a whole lot. And you mentioned like you have JoJo, like, so I was going to ask, like, a support group. You obviously have a support group. I know you're close with Jay, and I think that, like, what I think maybe you probably built your support group once you actually started streaming, right? Like once you started going live, that's when you really started to build more and more relationships, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of met JoJo through McGregor, Top Act McGregor. So I was supporting him, well, still now, for the last 4.5, 5 years. So I met JoJo through him. So I think that kind of stuck out as a connection. So we finally said, hey, you should go live. And then they both kind of taught me to go streaming. So I kind of did my thing and went live and kind of met connections with people.
Okay, nice. So I guess our middle segment is self-love, self-care. And so I like to ask my guests, what do you do for self-love, self-care?
I mean, as a full-time student, I like to listen to music, just kind of put on some really relaxing music. Like Jay does every night. He puts on, like, I'm a really big fan of Disney. So there's on YouTube there's some like really relaxing Disney music. So that would probably during, like, I like my naps in the afternoon. So he would sometimes would play that just to calm my body. Um Maybe read. I like to read ever since I did a 75 hard challenge, and one of the things is you had to read 10 pages of a self-care book. So that kind of stuck to me, like, wow, like my mental health was, I mean, I think everybody goes through mental health, especially since COVID and you can't really go out. But now that, like, California's numbers are, like, getting better.
Yeah, it seems, hopefully, it looks like numbers are getting better in a lot of places. I hope. So when can we find you live? What kind of content is in your live? Are you going to be on any other shows soon? Like what's going on in the online life of Jen? What are we going to see when we come visit you?
Sometimes I go live in the afternoons. Just because a lot of people are streaming at night, so it's like I like to just relax and do my homework when they're streaming sometimes. Or sometimes I'll sometimes do like when I'm streaming a little bit during my classes because they're online. So I was like, oh well, and they're recorded. I guess just different times of the days. So I'm like off and on during the day. So
she's random. She is a student. We'll cut her some slack there, huh?
Yeah.
All right. If you guys have not done so already, please make sure you favorite Jen. She is my very first guest and my very first featured show, and we're talking about just friendships built from on the app, off the app, and how it's just been nice to have this other form of the online way to make friends, I guess, for the lack of better words. Jen, thank you so much for being here. I know, I'm sorry, I'm as nervous as you are right now. Okay,
so that to me last night. I was like, oh, okay, I just gotta let it out.
Jay goes, I told her it's okay just to be calm. I wouldn't put you on the show if I didn't think you could do it. And he's like, just think like that. I said, I did put myself on this show and I tend to go in a little deep. So that doesn't work for me.
Like, crazy thing, like I was dreaming about what I'm gonna say, how this was gonna work. I was like, I can't, but like
I know, I didn't sleep. I was up too late. Jen, you did awesome. Thank you so very, 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 very much we're now going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you guys to answer some questions in the comments. Jen, I hope that you can stay and hang out, answer some questions too. Thank you so very much. You guys are watching Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. That was Jen. And if you weren't here for it, you missed a hella lesson on friendship. Next, we're going to have Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, the ferocious Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Beg my pardon. I am sorry, Mr. Ferocious Fuzzy Wuzzy. Forgive me. Forgive me. So I see you blinking in the box. Thank you for that. We are going to go ahead, though, and I'm going to have you guys answer some of these self-care questions, okay? Most of us don't do enough of this whole self-care bit. I know, for one, I still struggle on some days, but I definitely am a lot better at it. You guys ready? All right, here we go. How do I feel at this moment? My palms are sweaty. My knees are weak. My heart's beating fast, and I am so excited to be here, you guys. I am beyond excited to be here. Oh my goodness. You guys are happy. Aaron's happy. Love and life is good. Fuzzy Wuzzy says, I'm just a plain and simple father and artist. Aw. Southern Girl says she's proud. Mystify says he's good. Lovey says I'm half awake without my coffee. Okay. Dan is grateful. Marie is blessed. Oh my God. All right, you guys, that is awesome. We've got honored, excited for you all. Thanks, Boop Day. All right. What do you crave in life, Darnell, other than being hungry? Hey, how are you right now? Thanks, Yo Darnell. You're hungry. Okay, thank you. Cookie. She says, I crave cookies. Oh my God, you guys. Smiley says connection. Love Me says connections. Smiley says traveling. Nice. Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy says success. Marie says peace. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. McDreamy says being wanted. Mystify says snuggles. Aw. Jen's is a new puppy. I would like a new puppy, but my old puppy wouldn't be very happy with me if I did that. Smiley says intellectual conversations. Aaron said, oh, and I crave people who care. My daughter's love, says Yo Darnell. Oh my goodness. Okay. Those are some, wow, guys, those are some good ones. All right. What makes you happiest? What is it in your day-to-day that you do that makes you the happiest? I'll be honest, being on here and exercising, getting my derriere to the gym and just busting butt makes me feel amazing. Because my daughter has decided to enter us into a 5K without really asking for my permission first. So I guess we could say my kids, like Batty Boop there says her kids. Well, my kid motivated me to get to the gym. Southern Girl says being a mama. Aaron says beatboxing. Boopsy says my daughter. Yo Darnell says being a daddy. Awesome. For those of you guys just tuning in, I want to welcome you to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and you missed an amazing guest, Jen, talking about friendships and how you make them on and off the app. We have ferocious Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy coming up next, and he is going to share with us his journey in the medical field, but not as a doctor, as the patient. Okay. Our next question, what are the positives in my life? Everybody give me one positive. What is one thing in your life right now that you are just like, oh my God, this is amazing? I bet you guys can guess my answer right here. This is amazing. You guys are you guys are amazing. I still can't believe how many of you guys are here today. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. For those of you guys just tuning in, I'm going to do one more shout out on that. Welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. This is my first featured show, so excuse my nervous jitters. Loving like my family. Yes. Family is so important. So important. Oh my God. The kids, you guys, yeah, thank you again. I just got off track. I'm sorry. See what I mean? I'm like, whoa, I get really nervous. I'll be okay after the first one. I'll be okay. Aaron says Aaron, congratulations, sir, being sober. Stay with that, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I will be turning comments off when the guest comes on. I am able to interact now, but please don't get offended if in a little bit I can't interact with the comments, because when I have my guests in the box, I turn them off until the end where I can interact with you guys a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, Aaron, yeah, that might be a lesson learned. You might want to reach out to Emoji J. We might be able to have you on the show. You do not need to be a streamer to be on this show. I will also mention that. Where are we at in the time frame? Anybody? I can't see on my thing. The next self-care question is, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? 6 years sober, nature guy. Congratulations. Waking up every day. I'm thankful. Oh God, I'm going to say this, and I'm thankful for myself, because for once I pushed myself to do something that I enjoy, and it's actually rewarded me in so many ways. I have faced so many personal fears on this journey, just sitting here for one, that it's just been absolutely, it's been life-changing for me. Aaron says, meeting everyone here. Yes, they are great people in this stream. Especially, oh, thank you for the gifts. You guys, thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much for all the favorites. That's what I forgot. That's what I wasn't including. I told you guys I was forgetting something. Thank you for all the favorites. Thank you for all the gifts. Please continue to blow up the guests when they're in the box. I love to see them get spoiled. It makes my day. Marie says her support system. Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy says his kids. Yo Darnell says his daughter as well. Love me. Ooh, you're independent. Same with Megan. Yes, Queen. Jen says, or Queen of Ven, sorry, says my family. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you for the gifts. Holy cow. I'm trying to get to the comments. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Holy cow. All right, you guys, I think we're coming up on the time here. We're at 10:35. We have about 2 more minutes, and we're going to have Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy get in here, okay? Again, you guys have tuned into Lessons Learned. This is my first featured show. I'm so excited. I am Silly Lily, and I am thankful that you are all here to share this with me today. My last question for today, okay, before we go ahead and have Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, the ferocious Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, I'll get that right, I promise. Maybe not by the end of the show, but we'll get there. Is what brought me joy today? What brought me joy today? I'm going to be honest. Having y'all first thing in the morning, like, let's go, it's brought me so much happiness. But that, of course, came after my coffee. So we've got a double whammy there. Aw, me, thank you, Aaron. Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy says, coffee free guy, you and Pepper, your dog. I just love that little pup. She's too darn cute. My smile says love and life. Ooh, you guys are going to make me turn red on my first featured show. Yo Darnell catching this show. Awesome. You guys, thank you so very, very much. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I am so all over the place. Thank you, Shed. I thank you for being here. I know some of you guys, it's hard for you to get here because Friday mornings, if you're in my time zone, most normal adults would be working. So I so appreciate you guys making it here. I appreciate you all for being here. If you have not, make sure you guys are going to favorite Emoji J here, because if you'd like to be on the show, you're going to be able to reach out to him on IG. And I guess when you are ready, Sir Ferocious, Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, I would love to accept your request. Thank you guys so much for the favorites. I'm now going to turn these comments off, so I will not be able to see what you have to say. So thank you for the favorites. Thank you for any of the gifts. And here we go, everybody. Make sure you hit Ferocious Fuzzy Wuzzy with the favorite. Here we go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, you dressed up for us, Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Thank you for that.
Well, I couldn't be on here naked.
That would be very inappropriate for a featured show, correct?
First featured show, yeah, naked bear on it. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I mean, just having...
Hey, Southern, thanks for getting rid of that imposter.
Technically, there's still naked bears behind you, but we'll forgive them because they're polar bears. So tell us, what are we going to be talking about today? What lesson is
all right,
life?
so we are going to be talking about misdiagnoses, and just getting around them and trying to get to the answer.
Okay.
The lesson starts when I was 10 years old. I was 10, I had back pain, I had migraines, headaches beyond migraines. The only way to get rid of them was to lay down in the darkest room in the house, put a wet rag over my eyes, and I wish I could fall asleep. My dad took me to the doctors. Doctors just kept on blaming me on muscle spasms, migraines. I would grow out of it because it was adolescence.
Right.
So 23 years in pain and still in pain. But at 33, I started playing golf. My hand started to hurt. My elbow started to hurt. My shoulder started to hurt. Now, before they did scans of my brain, they did scans of my spine, but they never scanned my neck. They never did an MRI of my neck. Now, when my shoulder and my neck started bothering me, they finally did an MRI of my neck.
Right.
And they found that my brain was herniating from my skull into the spinal canal for my whole life. It's a congenital condition.
So for 33 years, I don't even
Yes.
I can't even fathom that.
Yes,
So
and it's because doctors did not look thoroughly.
obviously, one of the questions that I ask is, when I have guests who want to talk medical is, obviously you noticed long before the doctors did that something
Oh yeah, I mean,
diagnosed.
even now knowing about my condition and the symptoms from my condition, looking back, I noticed stuff that happened that kind of it hits you like, oh, that makes sense.
So do you, let me pull my question book. I'm still nervous and can't really think off my head.
You're doing great, by the way.
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask. How did it feel when you finally got the diagnosis? Like when the doctor said, this is the problem,
So
now we can start working on it.
when the doctor, when a neurosurgeon tells you that you need brain surgery, you're usually like, what? Like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. Excuse me. You're like in shock. But me, I was like relieved. Right. Because all this time, all my life, I was told I was faking.
Yeah.
My dad would say, stop faking it, get to school. It's all in your head. Little did my dad know that it was falling out of my head, literally. But
I don't mean to giggle.
I mean, being 33 years old and finally getting an answer was relief.
I mean, I have had some issues with my back for I don't know, a few years. They've been rough, and I know that that's been hard for me to handle, and finally getting some answers, it was rewarding. I can't imagine having been in a situation where it's my whole life, and as a kid, you don't even know what's going on. You don't understand any of that. And you have to
I mean, it definitely made me a stronger person. Yeah. I have a very high pain threshold, and I mean, I can push through stuff. Yeah. But I mean, there was a point in my life where I was taking 8 Norcos a day just to make it through a day of work. Wow. But that's not the lesson. The lesson is about the misdiagnosis.
Right.
I mean, how can I take that? How can I learn from that? Mm-hmm. A great example is my son. My son's been having stomach problems for the last few months. Doctors automatically pointed towards constipation. So, I mean, my thought is IBS because it only happens when he's stressed out. Mm-hmm. But the doctors still press, oh, we're going to do the flush. We're going to do the thing. I'm like, doc, I'll follow what you do, but after you're wrong, we're going to look into this.
Right.
And doctors, they go for the easiest possible explanation.
Yeah, they do. I feel like for us as parents, we pretty much know our children's bodies, and as adults and teenagers, we know our own bodies. We know when something's wrong. It's like, I don't know, like when we're getting sick, we feel our bodies getting sick. We feel off. So I wish the doctors sometimes would listen to that a little bit more. Since you were diagnosed and you've been getting treatments and stuff, what do you notice? Like, what are your biggest changes in life? Like, how has it bettered? Like, what have you done to stay?
Well,
on
I mean, I haven't gotten my surgery yet. I'm still working on that. Hopefully this summer.
Okay. So now
When the kids are out of school, I don't really have to do a lot of driving around,
right.
so I can recover. But they put me on different medications like muscle relaxers, which I've had all my life, but the nerve blockers have been a godsend.
They really
because my condition, it causes a lot of nerve issues.
Yeah.
And that's where most of the pain comes from. The nerves trigger the muscles contract and form knots. Yep. So getting the nerve blockers have helped out a lot. But I still can't do stuff like, I can't play golf anymore because my shoulder and my neck and my back will start hurting like immediately. I can't even make it through the first 3 holes. But after I get my surgery, I'm hoping that will change and I'll be able to get back on the golf course.
That's what I was going to ask. After the surgery, are you going to be able to get back to a little bit more of normal
Hopefully.
Things? And
yeah, that's the plan. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot.
Well, definitely.
But when it comes to doctors, you have to take what they give you. You have to do your own research. If a doctor, like for me, they diagnosed me with symptoms. Muscle spasms and migraines are symptoms of a deeper issue. And they just went with that.
That's crazy.
So now when I have something wrong with me, I do my own research. I mean, I'll Google stuff. I'll Google my symptoms and see what pops up. And I'll take it to the doctor like, hey, perfect example. I had low testosterone. But the doctor didn't find it. I found it. I was watching TV and an Androgel commercial comes up and it's like, are you always tired? Are you always this? Are you always that? I'm like, yeah. Well, I went to the doctor. Sure enough, he tells me, oh, no, you're 30 years old. You're not going to have low testosterone. It's going to be through the roof. I'm like, doc, humor me. It's just a blood test.
Right.
So he did it and he comes back to me like, you were right. So that's one thing that we would not have found if I didn't push for it.
What do you think helps motivate you through some of the struggles that you've had to face? Like, what do you think motivates you to push through some of the bad days?
Honestly, my kids. I mean, I need to give them the best life I can give them.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Obviously you approach doctors a lot differently since this. Do you think the doctors tend to listen a little more, or do you think they tend to argue when you come?
Oh yeah, because I have that BDE when it comes to doctors. Like I walk in the room, the doctor is no longer the smartest person in the room.
Right.
I mean, I used to walk in the doctor's office like he was smart. He knew what was going to go happen. He understood everything that he's supposed to know. Now I walk in there like, listen, dumbass. This is what it is. Right. I mean, I've switched groups so many times that I've had to educate doctors about everything that's going on with me.
Okay.
So they have to listen because I know more than them about my body.
Right. Right. Yeah, especially if you've had to switch and whatnot. What do you think? Y'all are just not struggling enough to get through this. Come on now.
They're like, wake up, silly.
Turn that off. I forgot to turn the gift sounds off. Jay, will you remind me next week, please? How do you reflect on these things now? Like, like looking back, how do you, how have you accepted it and kind of just?
Well, I mean, I've had to work around the pain all my life. I mean, I built a business that I've owned for 22 years around it. I mean, I look back and just think like some things you just have to push through, some things you just have to work through and around. We're all dealt our own cards in life, our own obstacles. Everyone's dealt obstacles. No one has a perfectly easy life. You just need to be empathetic and have compassion and understand that sometimes someone's life is harder than yours.
That's facts all the way around. So I like to touch the self-care. What do you think? One of the things, being in your situation, what is some of your couple of your biggest forms of self-care, self-love?
Alcohol.
No.
Yes. Alcohol is the only thing that gets me out of pain.
But like, okay, what if you're gonna go hang out with the kids? You know, like what if you wanted to go hang out with the kids and you had, you know,
I mean, going to the beach, taking my kid to the beach. He can go walk. He can go run in the water. Sometimes I'll get in the water with him. But I can just lay there on the blanket and just chill and watch him swim and have fun. My older son with him.
Nice. That's yeah. That sounds like a really good time.
Yeah, I'm in California, so that beer has to be in a red cup, so no one can see it.
So no one can see it. So your initial reaction was relief when the doctors told you. Are you nervous at all for the procedure that's coming up?
I mean, of course, when you think about a doctor cutting near your brain, it's scary. And that's why I'm about to be 40 next week. It's been 7 years since I've been diagnosed. I've seen 8 neurosurgeons, and I have not found one that I feel comfortable doing the surgery yet.
Wow. That's crazy.
But, I mean, I'm with a group called Kaiser now, which, I mean, it's a big group. Mm-hmm. And one of the best things about them is all of my doctors, because I have like 13 doctors, all of them are under one roof. All of them are one system. So I don't have to tell this doctor what that doctor said. They can just read the notes.
They read the notes, yeah. That's nice.
But, yeah, I mean, they're an amazing group. So I'm pretty sure that the surgeon I get this time is going to be the one.
Good. You'll have to make sure you keep us posted. So I guess let us know, when can we catch you live? What do we find, obviously, other than the Fuzzy Wuzzy himself? On your
I'm live every night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. You'll catch me for at least 2 hours. And on my live, we tend to do a lot of trivia because I'm bringing my trivia show back. Okay. I used to have a weekly show. I'm bringing it back. I already have the 3 contestants that are going to be on there. We're going to have Big Country, Tiff, and Triz.
Nice.
I have to pick the date. Okay. I have to get stuff ready and pick the date for it.
Come back and let us know for sure when that's all going to be.
But yeah, I mean, we'll play Hangman. I've been incorporating Jackbox TV, which is an interactive gaming thing.
Mm-hmm. The Quiplash, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Quiplash. We'll play Quiplash to where if you have 2 devices, you could be in my live and you could be on your other device playing.
Yep. I've played that a few times myself. And I know there's lots of laughs when we go in your live. A little bit of peer pressure too. No?
Peer pressure? What do you mean?
He got peer pressure in the box, even though I didn't want to yesterday, you guys.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm tired. I'm in bed. But you guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm Silly Lily. This is Lessons Learned, and this is the ferocious Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, and we are talking about medical misdiagnosis with yourself and maybe even with your children, and how to kind of work your way through that. Kind of having like a lifelong illness and fighting through it and coming out on top.
Well, because my condition can be hereditary, I pushed to have both of my kids checked for it early.
Okay.
I mean, one of my kids has a pain in his leg and he gets headaches. So of course I'm like, oh, we need to check for it. Yeah. I started a support group on Facebook, which I have almost 1,000 people in that have the condition. One woman has 5 kids. All 5 of them have it.
Oh my golly.
Another woman has 5 kids. Only one of them have it. Okay. So it's a hit and miss on the hereditary.
Wow. Well, I'm very thankful that you finally got some answers, and hopefully we'll get some solutions for you soon. they'll get some solutions. I have no part of it. They'll get some solutions. But I want to thank you so very, very much for being on the show. Like you
I
said,
appreciate you for having me.
Around 10 p.m. Eastern time, a lot of games and trivia and Hangman. So if you guys have not already, hit them with the favorite. And thank you for being on the first show. I'm going to go ahead and
well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'm going to do my Q&Q for next week. And then we will do a little bit of, actually, I'll tell you guys what I've got going on in my next, little few weeks. Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, thank you so much. Thank you. If you had, I should have asked you if you had anything else to say. But you guys, so coming up, I had to write this down because I had actually had to buy a calendar. I have so much stuff going on. So I'm hosting a bearded battle royale May 6th and 7th. If you have a beard, or if you'd like to buy a beard and you'd like to be in the battle royale, I do have 2 positions open. I need to fill 2 spots. I had 2 cancellations. So reach out to me on Instagram, SillyLily721, if you would like to be on or in my bearded battle royale. All right. I also have a mom life auction. It is a Mother's Day auction. It's the week after, May 15th at 9 p.m. And then I have a dad life auction because you can't leave the dads out coming up June 18th. If you'd like to be in either one of those, again, reach out to me on SillyLily721 on IG. Tonight at 4 p.m., I will be on Charming Charlie's show. You've Got a Friend in Me, and I'm very, very excited about that. May 4th, I will also be on Chris Casper's show, Suited Up. I am very nervous for that one, but now that I've done this, I think I'll be okay. And if you happen to have a beard and no Instagram, if you can reach out to me on Plenty of Fish, I can get messages there, or you can find another Silly Lily under the Meet Me, and you can send me a message there, or come visit me in my stream on a regular, which when this ends, I will I'll have a celebration stream because this is awesome. We're almost through it, guys. We're almost through it. And then tomorrow at 9 p.m., for those of you that don't know Kitty Commander, she does a ton of things on this app. Let me tell you, she made me feel lazy. That's why I have all that stuff going on. We can blame her, okay? Kitty Commander, it's your fault, but we love you. She hosts a streamer drive-by. That is at 9 p.m., okay? I will be in that. So if you're a newer streamer, we may be coming to a stream near you. Be ready. Be ready, guys, okay? Then also tomorrow night at 10 p.m., we're hosting my dance party. It is also my 11 milli party, so I hope to see a bunch of you guys there. We will have everybody in the guest boxes dancing and just having a blast, okay? And I think that's it. I will be doing a red wine and booze auction in July because instead of red, white, and blue, red wine and booze, why not, right? Right? If you want in on that, again, let me know. Okay. And now, oh goodness, where did it go? There it is. All right. This is going to be my Q&Q. This is how I'm going to be ending every show. I will read this quote, but we do not answer the question until next week, okay? We can't answer the question until next week. Send you, I will, Emoji J. And again, you guys can reach out to Emoji J as well for some of this stuff, for as far as the show. Emoji J, what is your Instagram? I'm sorry, you guys, I'm still nervous. Like, it's so close to the end and I'm like, my heart's beating fast. I've got 3 minutes I have to fill really quick. emojijdesign.info is your website. Awesome. Emoji J has done so much for me. He has found every amazing guest I've had on this show. He does a bunch of my Instagram banners and stuff for me. He screen records for me. So you guys make sure if you have not favorited him that you do so. For those of you just tuning in, we had 2 amazing guests today. We had Jen, and Jen and I talked about how making friendships off of this app and having your friendships off the app are so important and how to maintain them a little bit and how it's okay to be vulnerable with them. Kind of shorten that up a little bit. And then we had the ferocious Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, and we discussed about medical misdiagnosis and with yourself and maybe with your children, and how you sometimes well, no, not sometimes, you know your body better than the doctors, and it's okay to tell the doctor, you know what, something's still wrong and we need to figure out what it is. So those are the stories that you missed today. Absolutely amazing. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for every single gift, for every single favorite. I am, oh man, you guys, if you want to see the tears flow, tune in after this, because I am holding them back. I am just excited. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I'm a crier, but, oh my God, I have less than 2 minutes to keep my composure together. Come on, Lily. You guys, thank you to the guests. Again, you guys, it's just been an amazing show. Every one of you touches me in a certain way with your message and with how you're just an inspiration, each and every one of you. With that being said, you guys, couple you just tuned in, welcome to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and we are coming to the closing last minutes of my very first ever featured show. And oh my God. The quote is, after all, tomorrow is another day. What can you do tomorrow that will make you happy? Don't answer this right now. Before I show this, you don't answer this now. You have homework. You have an entire week to think about this, okay? After all, tomorrow is another day. What can you do tomorrow that will make you happy? Don't answer now. Don't do it. You got to hit that favorite button and come back next week, okay? Please? All right, guys, one more time. After all, tomorrow is another day. What can you do tomorrow that will make you happy? Now, not only do I want you to answer this next week, I want to know what you did tomorrow. Hey, that is some homework, you guys. It is now 11 o'clock. I want to say thank you one more time for tuning in to Lessons Learned. I am a very grateful Silly Lily over here today. Remember that I love you guys. I believe in you guys, and never, ever, ever give up on your dreams. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, guys.